Let me pull it up on my phone. Let me see.
I mean, it says we're live on Twitter. It says we're live on or X. Excuse me. It says we're live
X.
on Facebook
What's going on, gentlemen? How y'all been? Long
and
time no
YouTube.
talk.
Are we in here? It's not popping up.
I know.
Oh, video maybe? No.
I got two.
We are on the cutting edge of technology here, boys. We're technologically savvy individuals.
But where are we live at? That's where I want to know. That's how.
Didn't you say
point?
Didn't you say you were live on YouTube?
Yeah, that's what it said. I mean, I connected my YouTube. I connected my
Well, mine's
X
still
account.
buffering. I'm like at 90%. Flip's at 91. Rammer's at 89. What is that?
It's uploading, so
Okay.
it's almost in real time.
Are you live streaming from Ben Klein or Rammer? Rammer.tv.
No, I should be from the podcast page. I'm thinking.
He's talking about on YouTube, I
Oh,
think.
oh yeah,
Oh.
live
Where at on YouTube?
on YouTube.
Wow, there
Hell
you are.
yes. Now what about what about I don't want to be streaming to any of my secret accounts. You know what I mean? Like
My MySpace and
MySpace.
plenty of fish.
Where am I? Okay, so I need to make sure. I guess it really don't. I mean, if it is, it is. But I'm trying to see.
Flip, get on Facebook. You got a phone on you.
That's what I was
This
looking at.
is-
I didn't see anything yet.
This is welcome to our live show. Is that what it's called? I didn't even name it that. But in welcome to our live show. There it is on Twitter or on X. I'm an idiot. I don't ever call it Twitter anymore until today.
I always call it Twitter.
All right. What about Facebook? Where's it at on Facebook?
I don't see it.
Is it on my personal page?
Featured?
Let's hope not.
I would think it would be. Well, if it's my personal page, it's okay. But I would think it would be
Reels.
maybe in the group.
I'm in the group. I don't see anything.
Scroll down.
Excuse us for a second if you're watching. We're gonna get this. Well, I mean, nope, not in the group. Not on my Facebook page. Not on my personal page. Where's this thing streaming?
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 tickets to Van Halen this weekend.
Double a bit.
Hey, Mary. I got 2 tickets to Van Halen.
Van Halen.
Some video that pops up on.
I'm kind of confused. Not gonna lie. What Facebook is this streaming to?
Does it say it's on Facebook to you, Rammer?
I mean, it shows that that it is streaming to Facebook. Yes.
Can you click on it and it shows you what account?
Let's see. I don't know where to go. I think if I
don't even think we're actually like. Are we friends on Facebook so I can look at your page and tell?
well, the
That'd be kinda
Facebook is
awkward.
great. The Facebook is grayed out, so maybe it's not streaming to Facebook. Anyways, we're streaming and we're live somewhere
Out in the ether.
out in the ether. I can actually share this to Facebook. There we go. I mean,
There you go.
why wouldn't I?
Yeah, because I'm sure everybody's got this app.
Well, it's not streaming to this,
Okay.
so you know what I mean. It's You can though.
Don't
Alright,
talk to me
so
about technology. You know nothing about it.
I try.
All right. Well, you've got 40% to get this show rolling.
40%.
Battery life.
You're at 40% battery life?
Yeah, on my iPad.
Don't you know to plug that thing in?
It was charged about 20 minutes ago when we were waiting for you.
Dang. That's terrible battery life. Let's get going.
I was at 56% when I charged it.
Oh.
What's been going on, guys?
And we're back.
hmm
And we're back. Jeff Pelagio, Trent Hardaway.
So I guess kind
Live.
of start off here. I've known Jeff for about 3 years. Started playing Call of Duty with Rammer and Lucas, and he was there, and then got to know him and had him go meet a very shady character in Seattle for me to pick up some headlights that he mailed me, and been best friends ever since. And now
That
he plays
easy.
Now he plays Apex, and I'm looking for a new best friend because that game sucks. So send me invites if you're looking for a new best friend.
What game do they need to be playing though?
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty,
my-
college football, Tiger Woo.
What Josh Hawthorne used to call it back in the day, Call of Dookie.
Little dookie. Sometimes it can be dookie. I'll agree with that. But since we're having such technological difficulties tonight, just some observations, as getting a little bit older in age, having a birthday in March. I believe Ben's in May.
You believe or you know?
I know when your birthday is,
Okay.
but I had a friend that lives up in Minnesota. He's a little bit older than us, actually, and he was complaining the other day. He went to a store, and the girl said, "Hey, if you pay cash, it's a 20% discount at this store." He said, "Great." So he, I don't remember his total, but he took out $300, and he said it took her like 5 minutes to figure out how much change was due to him. It was just, whipping her. And he's like, "This is just crazy." He's like, "It's cash. Like, what are we doing here?" And I was like, "You're antiquated, bud." I said, "That's like old technology. That's old. That's the old way of thinking." I said, "Everybody's Venmo, PayPal, debit card." I said, credit cards. He said, "That's nonsense." And I said, "I'm just telling you, it's just antiquated thinking on your part." And I went ahead and asked him, he's in a group message. I said, "Well, how are you texting me right now?" And he said, "Well, I'm typing it out to you and I'm texting you." I said, "Exactly." I said, "Pay attention to like your kids." I said, "My kids never text. They talk into the phone and it text." And I said, "Way more efficient." I said, "You ain't holding the phone doing this." And I said, we are the old people now.
Hang on a second. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
I told you I wasn't going to interrupt you with some of your stories, but does that not get on your freaking nerves when people are talking in their phone when you're sitting there trying to watch TV or just having a normal life, just eating dinner or whatever, and you got kids that are talking on their phone the whole time? I mean, when you're texting, you're talking a lot, right? So that's ridiculous. Like, I'm not going to be okay with that ever. Right?
Oh yeah, it's annoying. I mean, we don't have.
Well, do you tell them not to? Like, hey, go ahead and start.
We don't have phones at the dinner table, but.
Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're talking about annoying though. We're the same generation that had ringtones.
I'll tell you what I will tell you what annoys me is these right here, right? Like my kids got these in at all times. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just walking around with music going on, and I love music. Right? Yeah. I mean, I listen to music all the time. But it annoys me highly when I'm around people. And there's other people too that I'm around. I won't say any names. But there are other people that I'm around, and it's like when you're with family or friends, and you got grown people with these in, hanging around and we're trying to talk, but they got these in. It gets on my nerves, man, and that's what my son does all the time.
Well, I didn't even think about telling the story about being annoyed by this. Went to the gym this evening with a couple of our friends, and the machines we were trying to use, there's 2 guys on them, and they're sitting there, and they're texting on their phones. And finally, one of our buddies walked over and said, "Hey, like, are you going to use these?" And they're like, "Oh, we got one more set." And he's like, "Okay." Well, meanwhile, they're mad at these guys on their phones. I'm trying to talk to them about what weight they want and stuff, and they had to hit their button right on their earbuds. They go, "Huh?" And I was getting annoyed, and then they started saying, "Well, what we're gonna do our next station and all that," and they were yelling, and I was like, "You guys, like, turn one earbud off, take one out, do something." And I was like making fun, doing hand signals, like. And finally, I got so annoyed. I'm not even lying. I just went home. About 30 minutes in, I said, "I'm out of here, guys."
You just rolled out?
I left.
Wow.
Like, between the guys that are just sitting on the machines doing nothing, my buddies I can't even communicate with, I was like, I've had enough. I'm washing my hands of this evening. We'll try again tomorrow.
That's called being old.
I'm telling you. I'm self-aware of it too. I'm not proud of it.
The thing that kills me the most is like those earbuds and like everything. They have conversation awareness that you could turn on. Yeah. So like AirPods.
Who wants to do that?
When you start, you can listen to whatever you want, but as soon as you start talking, it lowers everything so you can hear.
Right, but that also means that they have to listen, and they don't want to do that.
I understand. Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like,
not aware of that.
Yeah, noise cancellation.
No, it's that if you have AirPods and you look, it has your noise cancellation or transparency, and then like in the middle of it, there's like a conversation awareness. It's anytime you start talking, it'll lower the volume of whatever you're listening to, so you can hear whoever you're talking to.
Well, me and all my buddies, we don't have no AirPod money. We got some Five Below AirPods.
You see how
Five Below, by the way.
You see how the you see how the meme where the people talking about the 50-year-old man posting a picture of himself on Facebook or whatever, and it's always that same. That's what Trent looks like right now because it's a little bit below where he's at, and he's like in my screen, he's like real close. You look just like that.
Yeah, better.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean that's like
having a bad hair day. I'm sorry.
Everybody was freaking out about the TikTok shut down there for a while. I can honestly say it's not a point of pride. I'm not taking pride in it. I've never had the app. So it got to a point where people would send me videos. I could watch them. But after a while, I had to have an account, I guess. Or maybe that's why they send it. So I just quit opening up all these TikToks from people. And they'd be like, "Oh, man, did you see that TikTok I sent you?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, it was great. Never saw it." But I don't have that attention span for videos. Like, I can sit on my phone and read all night long. Just read. But like TikTok, YouTube, unless it's something I'm wanting to know real quick, and YouTube I'll fast forward through and all that. I can't sit there and watch people make TikTok videos and stuff like that. Cannot do it.
No, me neither.
I only associate TikTok with those stupid failure videos. Like I don't ever see. I don't have TikTok either, but like my brother will send me all these videos. It's like all the just random dumb shit. Like if people are getting like upset about not seeing those every day, like fucking get a grip.
I hear you, man.
Like if TikTok is your newsworthy outlet, fucking get a grip with yourself. I can't stand that shit.
No. And there's people that make money off of it, influencers or whatever. I'm like, you people really sit around and watch their videos like religiously, like you look for just this random person and it just changes your life.
I think my ADHD is I stay off of TikTok for the most part. I just can't. I can't do it.
It's one more app. I have no more like you. My ADHD, I have no more room for any more apps like that. Social media apps. Can't do it.
But you're the guy that adds me into 17 different freaking group chats, and I cannot take it. I get that for whatever one of the apps that you don't really. I guess you don't. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why you do it. I don't know why, but I really wish we could. I'm glad you brought this up too because I wanted to talk about it. This is really what I wanted to do a podcast over, or this is really my only point is that, or the only thing I want to talk about. My one thing is we need to consolidate and maybe eliminate, whatever, and just get back into one group chat. I don't care where it's at. Just get back into one group chat.
That's why I created the text message group. Yes, that's why I created the text message group because I was getting messages from you guys on Instagram all the time. Like we were texting like it was a group or text message. Then it went to Facebook. And I was like, let's just text each other like normal people.
I didn't go to Facebook and I didn't go to text.
Dude, you were on Instagram. I don't want to talk to you guys on Instagram. You're the guy that sent these links to the freaking Discord. The Discord. Why would you
can we do it?
No.
Can we do it in Discord?
No, we were text messaging like on a normal text message deal. And then for some weird reason you sent the invite through Discord.
I know, me and Trent were trying to look for it. I swear I thought it said it came up on Facebook. And then I looked again, I was like, oh nope, it ain't there.
Oh, the reason why that is because I'm on my brand new computer and I don't have anything set up to work to send it to you. Well, I'm just saying I don't have anything set up. Like I don't have Instagram or I didn't have Facebook till just 5 minutes ago logging in on it. And so I'm like, oh, how do I send this invite to them? You want to talk about feeling antiquated? I was like, am I going to have to email these dudes this link? Like, hey guys, what's your email? And then I'll have to like look at my phone, plug your email in on my computer and then send you the freaking link. But
that's
of course
what we should start doing next. We should
have Discord.
Emailing each other. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah,
looking at some of my old emails from like a long time ago, like some of the first emails I've ever had was just social media. Like Talina, I've got a lot of emails from her of sending me funny memes. Like this is before memes were even a thing.
Yeah,
sending me off the wall stuff like funny like emails that people were making, like chain emails. I still have.
What's the name of that email account? I bet it's a dandy.
My old one.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one I use. It's the.
What is it?
I just.
What
I'm
is
not
it?
gonna say it over the.
I want to see
if
anybody's listening out there. Please, if Rammer shares his email, if you're listening, send him an email. It'd mean a lot to him. It'd be like old times.
No, we need to move to Discord. That's where it's at.
No, dude, Discord sucks.
Dude, isn't it like every social media is like, oh, it's the next big thing? We have MySpace, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, but you guys have got to admit that Discord is good. You do like Discord.
I don't see the purpose of it, honestly.
For our voice chat when we're playing video games and we don't have to worry about losing control or losing control. Well,
okay, it does one thing good, and the audio's not even that great.
If you would have stayed on console, you wouldn't have had that problem. Me and Trent don't have an issue at all.
Nope.
Trent was the one having issues last time we played.
No, me and Trent would go into party chat on PlayStation and hear each other just fine. But guess who couldn't go into party chat?
Fancy pants Rammer.
Oh, because I got a PC. I'm so much better than you. I got a PC.
Right.
PC, we're running mods, bro. I'm like, what the hell are you even talking about? Running mods? Like, what are you doing?
Okay, so do you want me to explain the mods real quick? You want me to explain it or no?
No one cares. Outside of you and Euro Step Shorty.
Yeah. So let's get back to. I got us off track, and I'm sorry. I apologize. Let's get back to. My kid don't do that. Okay, my kid is not talking into his microphone and texting. Now, I'm not saying that's not dear God, please don't let it be the future. But I'm not saying kids ain't doing it. I know your kids are doing it. I've seen other people do it. I mean, one of my clients was doing it. Like, I showed up to her house and she's messaging her husband and asking him questions about what she needs to tell me. She's like, so what? And then I'm just like looking at her, you know. And then like he messages back, and then she's like, I messed up. Like she messed up like her phone. It's an iPhone. It was not. It's not a good thing to do, man. So, do you think that's the future? I mean, you think that's what we're going to be doing, or?
I mean, the way we do things, like our way of thinking, like, well, everybody, you text. That's what you do. You use your fingers, and heck, we used to do what T9 text, and we got real good at it. And then like technology's like, hey, there's an easier way, and we adapted. T9, you could do it your pocket of your pants and never have to look at your phone. Then they went. I never got down with it, but I remember Dustin Potts was the best I ever seen at the swipe to text.
That's what I do now. I'm swiping.
I don't know how to do
swiping.
that.
I don't know if iPhones do it, but Android does, and it's the
They
way.
do.
It's the way.
I always think when I see people talking on their phone to text a chat, I'm like, just fucking call the person. Like you're already talking.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm a dude. I don't answer my phone like in public settings, like of course it's work or something. I just can't do it. I can't. My ADHD or something. I just like too much going on around.
Yes. If there's one other person,
yeah,
I cannot answer the phone.
Yeah. And people are like, why do you never answer your phone?
And if I'm at home and there's one other person and the TV's on, oh my gosh, dude, I can't do it. I can't. And Amy, she can sit there on the couch. We can have the TV on, almost blaring, loud music or not music, but sports or whatever. And she can be talking to her mom or whoever. And I'm sitting over there and I'm just like, how is she pulling this off? Because I can't do it. No way. No way.
If there's any noise in the background, dude, I'm just gone.
Count me out.
I can't do. I'm not focusing on either one of them.
Right. I'll try my best.
I can't answer the phone by anybody because I talk too loud.
Oh, I'm very loud, Lev.
I'm just a loud talker in general.
But see, background noise though makes me talk even louder. And like people are like, why are you yelling? I'm like, cause I hear other noises or something, just something stupid. But
Yeah, I'll answer the phone in bed in the middle of the night, and I'll turn over, and she'll be looking at me. She's like, "Why are you yelling?" Like, oh, I'm sorry.
I wonder what that evolution of us though as human beings, like where we went. Like I said, our generation, we were ringtone heavy. We were paying damn good money for ringtones, and then I had it where you could, like, when someone called you and they were listening, it would play music, and we'd make our voicemails we set up, and it'd be something, hey, something goofy. I know Ben had one for years,
It was an awesome one too, man.
Where did we get? Was it modest or humiliated by it? And we're like, dude, if my phone goes off in a public setting, I'm like, oh god, I thought I had it on silent. My phone's always on silent.
Always on silent.
So what
at
happened?
all times? It's on silent.
How do we evolve from ringtones and all that?
Well, the ringtone thing was new, right? It was like, oh my gosh.
Kind of like
I know it's weird, no, because if you think about it, if you hear like Apple, you'll hear the normal ringtone. Android, you'll hear their normal ringtone. But as soon as you hear something different, it's like, oh, look at this fucking loser, like downloading ringtones.
this gold chainer showing his ass out here.
This guy just got out of prison. He's never had a cell phone before.
We should definitely bring back ringtones and just people be like, what's these cats all about? What would be your go-to ringtone right now? Just top of your head.
Oh, Halloween theme song for sure.
Come on,
Halloween.
Oh man, because
it was one of my original ones in 2001 or 2000 when I first got a cell phone.
Go-to ringtone.
I'm gonna say me. I'll be Van Halen. Ain't talking about love. Just guitar riff.
Just the guitar riff.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one.
Oh, this would probably sound corny, but my favorite intro is Eagles.
Hotel California?
Hotel California live.
Yeah. That's a dang good song too, by the way.
You said intro. Made me think. My second go-to ringtone would be Shawn Michaels' intro music.
Just a sexy boy.
I'm not your boy toy. That would be pretty tough, actually. I might start running that after we get off here.
I guarantee you nobody would recognize it. If you were by some high school kids or something.
Yeah.
Speaking about further evolution, we wouldn't have this on the call sheet, but how about the evolution of boys to men? Like when you're a little kid, man, it's like, dude, dinosaurs are the shit, right? Like, oh man, dinosaurs. And then like it evolves and it's wrestling. All boys just go through a wrestling phase, man. It's like, oh, wrestling. Then, you got sports, and of course, then it's girls, and it's all game over from there. But it seems like most boys follow the same evolution tree, their traits.
Yeah.
It's a very common theme, dinosaurs and wrestling.
Why the dinosaurs?
I don't think Josiah was Cars. Because I think
That was for me. I wasn't big into dinosaurs.
well, not even I think when he was born, I think Disney the Cars movie just came out.
Oh, the Cars movie. Okay.
Yeah, so he was big into that, and then wrestling, and then he's really not into anything now. So besides sports,
It's crazy kind of thinking about the evolution too of humans. I think I can pinpoint my number one cartoon growing up, and it kind of molded me to my interests and hobbies. DuckTales was my go-to cartoon, and I just always was like into like treasure hunting and traveling and all that. The antiquity of the world, basically. Like the pyramids and stuff like that. So DuckTales definitely kind of molded me there.
I think that was Carmen Sandiego.
Oh yeah, where in the world? What was y'all's go-to cartoon or kid show?
Dude, Bozo. Pee Wee Herman. I mean, of course, I loved all the cartoons.
Captain Planet.
Captain Planet, huh?
He's a hero.
I figured Flip was going to say Darkwing Duck. That's what I was thinking for Flip.
Oh, okay.
No, not so much.
No.
My first one was, of course, the Thundercats.
Oh yeah. That was tough.
And He-Man.
Everybody's shows growing up, their favorite soap opera was Power Rangers.
Oh yeah. Their first
Power
crush
Rangers
too.
Yeah. Ain't nobody watched Beetleborgs though. Did anybody watch Beetleborgs?
No.
The what?
Beetleborgs. Beetleborgs was just like the Power Rangers, but there was only 3 of them.
You're a little bit younger than us, Flip.
38.
Me and you are the same age.
I'm not saying my age, but I think you're younger than me. What year did you graduate? Just tell me what year you graduated.
05.
Yeah, you're younger than us.
Us? Who you speaking for, son?
Way younger than Gucci Ghost there.
The thing with Bozo, I think we talked about it before. I used to get so mad. They're like, "Hey man, you gotta throw this ping pong ball into this 55-gallon trash can 2 feet away from you. You win a brand new bike," and they would not make it. I'm like, dude, these clowns, man, what are we doing?
I was just talking about Bozo's show last night. At the basketball games, they do the duck toss. What do they call it? They throw the ducks in the swimming pool in the middle. They have without people to explain it. They set a little kiddie pool up in the middle of the basketball court, and then they put a little bitty bucket inside that, and you get to buy ducks, little rubber ducks, and the kids get to. Well, I guess I want to do it, but I'm kind of embarrassed, especially if I don't make it. But the kids chuck a duck. That's what they call it. So they throw the duck, and you get popcorn, and if you make it in there. And so I was telling one of Ethan's friends sitting by me, and I was saying, man, it reminds me of the Bozo show. I was like, you probably don't even know what I'm talking about. And he's like, no clue. So then I go through the whole thing. I was like, you got 1 bucket, 6 buckets, right?
Yeah, it was 6.
And it's increments. They get a little bit bigger, right? Don't they get a little bit bigger, or do they get smaller?
They started small. They were started small and got bigger.
Yeah, but the first bucket, you can literally put your hand in the bucket, like it's right there on you. And said your ping pong ball, and I explained the whole thing, and I said, and then when you get to if you make it in that last bucket, you get $100.
This
And
is
I
your
don't think-
guys' show you guys are talking about?
Yeah, it was
Yeah, Bozo Show.
I have no clue what you guys are talking about.
Well, it
The
was like
Bozo Show.
Well, it was a Midwest thing. It was based out of Chicago. It ran for like 40 years, and we used to get we had if you
You've never
knew
heard of the
anybody living-
Bozo Show?
They didn't have that in Seattle, dude.
Never heard of it.
They had it nationwide. That had to be a nationwide.
It was a
If we-
Midwest thing. I've read up on it.
Really?
What's it called?
Yeah.
The Bozo Show.
The Bozo Show.
Mhm.
It was Bozo the Clown.
Mhm.
I don't know how you lived your life without the Bozo Show, man.
Well,
And you said it was creepy.
As flip this, how big of a deal was WGN and TBS in your life, Flip?
TBS, maybe? WGN? I don't think I've ever heard of WGN.
And that's exactly where Bozo was on.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Oh, yeah, right there. Aired on WGN TV.
Yeah.
Of course
Never heard of it.
I don't know when it ended, but I don't think I was very old. 10 years old, maybe.
What
Well,
kind
it
of
says
kid
the
shows
first-
y'all have out there?
The first episode was in 1960, and the last episode was in 2001.
Oh,
That's 40 years, what I said. That's
yeah.
close. I know my
Dang.
Bozo. I read up on it.
Oh, it was the other guy in Bozo that kind of creeped me out a little bit.
The other one, yeah.
What was his name? Not the other clown, but it was the other, the dark one. The dark, he was spooky. He was like a wizard or something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
We're getting off track.
Yeah. No, yeah, well, Bozo will do that to a man. But yeah, just kind of trying to figure out the whole, human beings and the short time that we're here lately. They say, Earth's 4.5 billion years old. And, if you live to 100 years, that's not even a speck on the time spectrum. And so 4.5 billion years, I've been going down wormholes what all civilizations do we not know about that were here? You get the Romans, the Egyptians, what else could there have possibly been? And it's anything I think of, I can I'll just be randomly sitting around or laying in bed, I'll think of something, and I'll Google it, and I'm like, man, someone's already thought about this. Kind of my conspiracy theory that 23andMe is a government database. I think they've always, they've kind of been alluding here lately, there's UFOs and they're not man-made. Basically, they don't know where they originated from. I think they're slowly going to let us know that they've always known there's been some alien life form out there. So I think 23andMe is like a DNA database to see who has alien DNA. And I was like,
Bruh.
well, where would I get this premise? So I did some Googling, and you know how all religions, you hear about kind of the origin stories of religions, be it Scientology or Mormonism, and you're like, okay, that's pretty out there thinking. But I guess in 1947, when they found the Dead Sea Scrolls, they found a Book of Enoch, and it was wrote by Noah's Ark. It was his great-grandfather, right? So are you tracking with me? Noah's great-grandfather wrote this. And so I was like, what's this one about? So I got to looking into it. And basically a big deal about it's about fallen angels. And it's these angels that came down from heaven and bred with humans to populate the world.
And these angels aren't they gigantic?
Yes, they were giants. Yes.
Did you say that already? I'm sorry.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But I was like, that sounds kind of alien in nature. Either the angels or the humans on Earth that they bred with. So basically, we are, according to this book, the descendants of this fallen angel. They call them the Watchers, which is real creepy too in there. And I was like, well, how real can this be? So I did some more research, and actually in the Bible, Jesus he references the Book of Enoch in it, and I was like, okay, so this was a known thing. This guy wrote this before the time of Jesus, and I was like, huh. So I'm thinking, my thinking is, or not my thinking, I'm just, down the wormhole. What are y'all thoughts that aliens have been here for thousands of years already, and they bred with us at one time? Or are they still out there flying around in space?
100%.
You believe in aliens?
They've been here. They're still around. Like, if you just think about it, like when going down rabbit holes as well. Like, if you think about, like, you hear stories about, like, Atlantis, like they've had like a energy source to where they can power up whatever they were living off of. It's like, well, we didn't have anything like that back then, so who's teaching them these things? Or like, you think of the pyramids, like, people keep saying, like, oh, it's doable. Like, no, like they've measured those stones, they've weighed them. Like, there's no way anybody, doesn't matter how many people have done it, would be able to lift all those stones and pile them up and stack them into a pyramid like that. So obviously it's coming from somewhere.
And we're not talking about these pyramids in a mountain region where you could just carve them out of stone right there. Like, hey, we're not just going to carve these stones hundreds of miles away. We're also going to move them through sand.
Yeah, you're in the middle of a desert.
Ben, what's your thoughts on it?
Man,
I never talked to you about aliens, you believe or not.
It's not that I don't know, man. I don't know. I will tell you this. It's going to sound kind of weird, but I've had dreams of weird stuff going on in space, right? Like aliens fighting, battling our fighter jets, and they're the weirdest freaking dreams I have, man. And so it's
Did you watch Independence Day before you went to bed and you got scared?
I know.
No, but it's the most realistic dreams that I have, and I have them often. Not real often, but often enough. And I stay in the shallow end, man. I've said that on this podcast before, a long time ago. I stay in the shallow end. I don't know. Do I believe that? Yeah, I mean, dude, when you start thinking about how small we are, and how it all started, what did we start from? Had to start from something, right? Think about it. Think about space. It had to start from something. That, you know what I mean? Like, where did it start? And I'm not, like I said, I stay in the shallow end.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like, if
you're trying to get me in the deep end,
if you're the Big Bang Theory, all those things that came together to create this perfect bang.
No,
I mean, saying that came from something. If that's your hypothesis,
right?
I mean,
but what did it come from?
Yeah,
it had to come from something that was smaller than a speck of sand, right?
But it was there. And how did it originate there?
And how did it get there?
Yeah.
Think about it,
okay,
dude. It gives me the heebie-jibbities.
I don't like it because the human mind, we cannot wrap our mind around it. Like, I'm sure, like Einstein, time travel, any of your great thinkers, in quantum physics and stuff like that, like, it had to drive them absolutely crazy.
Right.
Because I'm just a peon guy that's curious, not let alone this great scholar or thinker, and I'm just getting frustrated, just like, oh my gosh, why are these people building these pyramids in different continents? Like, what was it at that time? Like Flip said, a power source, maybe something. Like, there was some reason why people were wanting to build pyramids on different.
But how'd they have a power source back then that could power everything, and then now we don't have that.
I know.
They said Atlantis had electricity at some point.
Yeah.
How?
I've heard some people hypothesize they figured out how to harness like the Earth's magnetic waves and stuff like that. Like, and
who's teaching them that though?
I know.
And that's a lost I mean, we don't know how to do all that, right? Or
I
do we?
think that's part of the thing too. I think as years have gone by, we've forgotten so much stuff from the past. Like we're like the dumber version of what people used to be. I think. And if you think about like my biggest thing is like I can't like wrap my head around is like there's like millions of galaxies out there, and they're like finding shit like every single day. Like
Mhm.
you can't tell me that there's all these galaxies out there, and there's no life out there at all.
And is that life more advanced than ours? Like if we
Yeah.
land on this thing, we find it and we look at it from above, or what? How similar? What would be the differences?
Not much. We bred together, man. I done told you that.
Yeah, but what if they're for whatever reason way more advanced than us?
Well, I mean, they might be because I mean,
And what if
you
they're
think
not?
about the
they've gotta
small
be.
history of man that we know. Somehow we evolved from like Neanderthals, basically figuring out about fire, maintaining fire, being able to start fire, to doing rudimentary tools with rocks. Then we went through like the Iron Age, and we're making tools out of bronze, or Bronze Age and all that. We're making tools. We're figuring things out, right? And way before that, there's the Ice Age. Somehow, you and me, we evolved from a group of people. Like we didn't evolve. We're the descendants of people that lived in caves basically for thousands of years through an Ice Age. So, anyways, we're going on through history, and we figure out about weapons and tools and things like that, and then we create the industrial age. We go through the industrial age, figure out cars, combustion engines, and then just not too long ago, we're like, oh yeah, we're going to go to space. So we supposedly went to space, and now it's like we were kids. We had landlines, then went to a bag phone. You're like, oh, this is crazy. And then you got a cell phone, and you could text at first and call, or call at first. Then you could text, and then somehow they figured out just really fast how you could send images with zeros and ones from me here, and it'd be instantly to Flip in Seattle. If y'all don't know, Flip's in Seattle. Now we're figuring out AI. Like, how fast is things just like boom, 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 and we just came from some caveman. But like you
Right.
said, the technology we may have forgotten is just mind-boggling as well.
Yep. Before that, maybe it was a completely different. I don't even know. Like I said, I stay in the shallow end. I stay out of the deep end. I can't figure it out. I'm not smart enough. Not even close to being smart enough. So I stay in the shallow end.
When the pyramids were built, no one was building nothing like that ever since.
I don't know. Like what drove you to build something like that, like out in the middle of nowhere?
And why did we stop?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what did the pyramids look like before this? We started again. Again. Obviously, we started over again, right, with the cavemen.
Mm-hmm.
But
No,
what
caveman was
before?
caveman. Yeah.
Caveman was
would have been
before. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
Yeah,
but what
yeah.
was before the caveman?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do we have to dig 900 miles into the ground to find, remnants of houses? You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of thing I think when I start thinking, I'm like, all right, okay, no, I'm not thinking about it. I don't try to figure things out. I don't know nothing.
We think about how much the face of this earth has changed. Like they find shark fossils out in Utah, out in the middle of the salt flats out there. I mean, it was just a
Yep.
big sea. You're like, that's crazy, dude. Like this was all underwater.
Yeah,
And how
that's
deep
it.
was it underwater?
That's the kind of thing that I've looked at, like Gulf Shores. You find shark tooth. So I've never found one. That's one thing on my list that I want to find real bad.
Yeah.
But you start reading about it, and out there used to be the forest, right?
Yep.
Like where the water is, where the Gulf is,
There was
out there,
Yeah.
somewhere out there off the coast, there's trees.
I
I
was
forget what they
I was
call
just
them.
reading about that the other day for some reason. I was
And I'm like,
it's in Alabama.
Yes, I'm like, I don't know. I can't wrap my mind around it. I'm like, that's insane to me that there's trees out there and you can find shark tooths
what is it? The
All
Potato
over.
Hills. The Potato Hills over by Wolverton. They say they're older than the Rocky Mountains. They said they used to be just as tall as them at one time. You're like, what?
No, I have not heard that.
Yeah,
Really?
it's like one of the older. Yeah, it's one of the older mountain ranges. That's why it's not so pronounced anymore.
My granny and Papa used to own land there. Used to own some of the Potato Hills. From what I remember.
You know what's a weird place to me is where Flip lives in Seattle, because even when I was there, I was like, every great big city, Seattle's a great city now.
It's a great city.
Well, I mean, like it's a big metropolis. It's a big place. There's really
Yeah,
no
it's not-
history. Like, you know how like New York's got history, San Fran. Seattle just really has no history that I can find of anything significant that ever happened there.
What are you talking about? Grunge, dog.
Well, besides the grunge era,
Talking
so like
about Nirvana and Soundgarden, or not Soundgarden? Yeah, Soundgarden.
Like you don't hear nothing historically happen. Like New York was like Ellis Island immigration. It was a big part of America, coming to fruition. I don't know. Seattle's just a weird place to me. Like in that history aspect of it.
Well, when you talk to Flip, he don't even really even know like the history. Like you talk about Nirvana, I don't think he even really knew. Or did you know that there was something about you were like they lived here or they're from here?
Yeah, I didn't know who Nirvana was until probably after high school. There are a lot of music that came out of Seattle that I had no idea.
You never even listened to Nirvana before you
Nope.
got out of high school?
Nope.
Flip was
See,
about
that-
the streets.
See, that's stuff I can't wrap my mind around too. That's even more than the freaking pyramids.
I didn't start listening to other genres of music until I got to college, when I was forced to, because you're mixing with a bunch of different people from different areas.
You're not supposed
So-
to do that? Is that the way you were raised?
Well, I mean,
What did you listen to?
rap. That's all old school rap.
Shawn Michaels intro music.
So
So you-
the stuff that I listened to in high school, like I had a bunch of people tell me like, you don't look like the type of person that would listen to stuff like that.
Really?
Like Paul Wall, Swisher House, stuff like that. Like that's what I was listening to in high school.
That's right. He about that Houston scene, baby. Flip knows what's up.
I'm still dumbfounded about Nirvana with you. I can't.
Didn't even know.
That's insane. So since then, have you like start? Have you? I mean, do you like listening to them? Do you have you went by the place where it happened, where where he died?
The first song I heard of Nirvana was on Guitar Hero, playing a video game. I was like, okay, this sounds kind of dope. And then you start digging in. Yeah, you start digging in, and then I was working at a venue in Seattle where Nirvana had their first concert. I was like, oh shit, they are from here. Like I said, never knew.
But did you know about Nirvana beforehand?
I don't think so.
That's crazy, man. That is
here in the
crazy.
So
Here in the South, that was a movement.
I may have heard the name Kurt Cobain, but I never knew who he was or why he was famous.
We lost Flip. There he's back.
Did you guys hear what I said?
Yep. Never you heard the name, but you know why he was famous or nothing like
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Yeah. I tell you, man, Flip, his people, they're a lot like my people, man. We stick to our lane, and we don't really get out too much.
Mm-hmm.
I was forced to like being another white people because that's who I grew up with.
I'm albino native. Thank you very much.
Yeah. But now, kind of talk about humans and how we evolve. Like I said, I think our kids are going to be born with earbuds in their ears. Any of y'all's kids constantly hydrating? I brought this up the other day to my oldest son. Him and his friends. We went to a Thunder game the other day. I was like, man, boys, maybe you can answer me this. why do you always have like Stanley cups or a water bottle and you constantly have water and you're always drinking it? They're like, well, we ain't got water fountains in school. And I was like, yeah, we did, but like you couldn't just walk out of class and go get a drink. Like constantly drinking. Any of y'all's kids do that?
No.
Mm-mm. Man, I'll tell you, our
I have
kids
to
and their
force him to
friends,
drink water, but
they
he's trying to drink, pop and stuff, but it ain't like but I'm like a camel, and I think he's like that. He's kind of like me, I don't have to drink water for all day, but I want, I have to force myself to do it.
our kids got to be the most hydrated kids on the planet. They always drinking water, which is good. I ain't complaining.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But they look at me like out of the corner of their eye when they watch me drink out of the faucet. They're like, dude, what are you doing? Any of y'all faucet drinkers?
Growing up,
Faucet
you're
drinkers?
talking about
Yes,
so
of
now?
course.
I still drink
Tap
out of the
water.
faucet. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Of course, Flip's trying to rue me on freaking getting fountain drinks with the ice, the dirty ice he tells me about every day or shows me
I'll
pictures
tell
of.
you
Oh,
where
gosh.
I don't like tap water, and that's California.
Really?
California's water's got like a little tang to it. It's like, that's not natural.
Really? I figured they'd have the purest water.
California?
Hmm.
I guess you ain't been watching the news then, bro.
Dude, they don't even got regular air. Like, smog is normal there.
What's crazy is for
That's
a
the
state that
trick.
is so on like environmental, issues and stuff like that. I figured they'd be like only like everybody has a carpool. We're
They
doing away with the smog.
create that problem, okay?
Mhm.
They create that problem.
Flip, did you
Kinda
see any
like-
of those smoke or anything when you was out there around those fires?
I did. So I didn't realize there was a fire going on at the time, but I went and visited my aunt in LA, which is an
I'm
hour
pretty sure
from
I
where
told you about the fire.
I don't. Yeah, when we were there, I think you
Oh,
mentioned
okay.
it. But we drove an hour to LA, and from my aunt's house, my uncle pointed out to where the fires were at. Like he can see the smoke rising from the ground from his house. And he was
Correct.
telling, he works on houses on doing something, but he was like, yeah, that
They're so
entire,
used to it.
yeah,
Your
he's like
uncle
that
runs a
entire,
trap house, Flip. That's not the same as
no.
working on houses.
He said, yeah, that all his customers canceled because their houses were on fire.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
I'd be canceling too.
So, Rammer,
Like,
how's
no.
this going to affect our insurance since you're the local insurance man?
Oh, it's going to affect it. It's going to affect it. Believe
I'm
it's going
dropping
to
my
affect it.
coverage. I'm done with insurance.
Listen, I used to think that, man, we've had a good season of no hail damage or no hail, no tornadoes, and so Oklahoma has no tornadoes, no back in like I forget what year it was, but I'll just tell you the story. So we had a good calm season, right? So we're thinking, yes, our rates are going to go down, and I was selling for a large carrier that everybody, a well-known carrier. So I was thinking we're going to have awesome rates go down, and I'm going to be able to call everybody up and be like, let's, let me do you a quote, right? So I go to a meeting somewhere. I think it was Oklahoma City. It was like an annual conference, right? And so we're sitting in there, and there's a whole bunch of agents, right? And this was the year that nuclear reactor went off or had damage or the earthquake or whatever in Japan.
Yeah,
Well, so they're
that
sitting up
wasn't
there.
just damage. That was a damn catastrophe. But yes, go ahead.
Right. So sorry. So
Fukushima, I think.
the guy is up there and he's like, all right. He goes, we've had a great but we do have assets in Japan. So our rates are going to increase. Well, that's a long story short, but we are going to have rate increases. And now every agent in that building was thinking we were going to have rate decreases. And we're told that this catastrophe in Japan is going to increase our rates. So, yes, long story short, these fires in California, absolutely. We're not. And did you know that Oklahoma is number 1 in highest premiums?
Tornadoes, hail.
That's real. No, I'm not. I'm going to say I'm going to call BS on that.
We're
I'm gonna
just
call BS
supporting
on it.
everybody else.
I guess I don't know. I
How's
really don't
Florida
know.
and how's Florida and Louisiana got? I got the highest premium.
You tell me, man. You tell me. Because guess what?
So,
I work a lot there, right? I'm in Florida a whole bunch. I've been in Louisiana. I've worked in Louisiana. They've had major. I worked a hurricane in Louisiana. I've worked hurricanes in Florida. I've worked multiple hurricanes, lots of hurricanes in Louisiana and Florida. And I see their prices. I see their premiums. Okay. I get to see. And they're paying less than us. Than here in Oklahoma. They're paying less. And I'm like,
so
what?
here's an honest
Sorry.
question. What's sorry to interrupt, but what's
you're
it gonna
good.
take for the premiums to go down to
Oh,
normal?
I don't know, man. Like I said, I stay in the shout. You say tomorrow? What's it going to take for tomorrow? You said?
No, I said what's it gonna take to get the premiums back to normal?
Oh, I thought you said back down tomorrow.
No.
Yeah, that would be better.
I don't know.
No, because look, I canceled my insurance because
Don't do
I was
that.
paying, dude. I was paying $360 with me and the wife on the expedition, just for the expedition.
So hang on, you just literally just canceled all the insurance on your vehicle?
On the vehicle, yeah. I don't really drive anywhere because I'm working the work van. She don't drive nowhere. She works across the street. So it's like,
Do
why
you
would
get
Let him live
liability?
I know. That's why I'm getting nervous because I keep seeing everybody getting in accidents. I was like, fuck, I gotta get insurance again. But
You have
it's-
liability
it's
though, right?
expensive.
He ain't got shit, dog.
Right
He's
now, I
living his
don't have
best
any
life.
insurance.
Oh, bruh, no. No, you can't do that.
Live your best
Don't do
life,
that.
Flip. Don't listen to him.
No, don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't do
Me-
that.
Well, hook my boy up with some good rates.
Well, I'm not in Seattle.
Well, get
I'm
some
not in
Seattle in
Washington. I'm not licensed in that state. I mean, it would be a hop skip. I mean, I could just pay. I think it depends on the state, but I could get licensed there. But no, don't do that.
Well,
I highly suggest you don't do that if you're driving. But it's sitting there, man. What if somebody is outside right now stealing your ride? Just gonna
Well,
file bankruptcy?
I've got a Glock right there by my pillow,
Yeah.
so I can
Yep.
go outside and take care of that.
That's if he's careless. But if he's a
Well, I
good
mean-
one, he's gonna sneak off with that ride real quick.
Where the area we're into is like we've got a low crime rate in my area. So
Knock on wood,
Flip.
Dude,
man.
we leave our doors unlocked here.
Really?
Yeah.
It's low crime where my neighborhood too. It's no crime in my neighborhood, and I ain't unlocking my doors.
The house we used to live in, we'd always leave our front doors unlocked. To our apartment and our cars.
I do that. My wife, it blows her mind. I'll go somewhere and we'll get out and she's like, "You gonna lock it?" I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "You've lost your mind." I was like, "I just do not lock my doors."
Well, the best reason why is so that when you get back in your ride, somebody don't stick a knife to your throat. And I know how you don't like somebody touching your throat. So think about that next time you get out of your ride. That someone's going to get in that thing and hide and wait till you come back, or your wife, and is going to cause you some grief.
So
You know what else
Flip,
we do is we leave the keys in the car, so I don't lose them.
Flip, if Remmer's got anybody listening out there, you might tell them kind of. I'm sure everybody's kind of aware of things, but what was you paying at your last apartment? How many square feet was it a month?
It was a 2-bedroom apartment, two bathrooms, and we were paying $2,300 for it.
And how many square feet was it?
Had to have
bedroom?
been less than 1,000 feet.
Dude,
It was pretty
I know.
small.
man, I see like these prices. Like I was talking to you guys last night, and I was showing y'all like There was this is some houses in Vancouver, and they were selling actual closet spaces, 70 square feet for $63,000 American dollars. I'm like, what? Who justifies that purchase, and who is making that purchase? I'm not talking big extravagant homes either. This is like townhouses. I don't know how people are doing it.
You're paying $300 a month for your vehicle, and you do away with that, but then you will pay the. I guess you don't have a choice for that, do you? You got to pay rent, or you got to pay
living. Well, he's
for a
got a
house.
choice. He could move to Oklahoma, like we've been telling him, and live like a king.
Been telling him that for a long time.
Oh shit! My headset just died. Hold on. But I was telling you guys before. I think when I was living at that apartment, they had just built brand new townhomes that were selling for like $800,000.
Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, that's finally starting to catch up in Oklahoma, man. Back in the day, $800,000 would buy you like one of the nicest houses in Oklahoma. Now I'm seeing them like 15 million, 8 million. I'm like, oh yeah, we're coming up.
Hold on, let me fix my headset real quick.
Oh, look at that. I see that Apple Watch he had.
I looked away. Maybe I thought he's flashing his thong or something. I see that ass is what I thought you were about to say.
Oh, Tom, follow the page. You can watch Gucci Ghost's famous gameplays.
Plug your page real quick.
Is it my email?
I think it's your name, Jeff Pelagio, Pelagio.
He don't know how to pronounce his last name. Is Pelagio.
It is Pelagio. And you can also see, I think the last video you posted, or the last one I saw, was the epic freaking mow down I had to win in Apex. I play Rampart. She's got this minigun, and I was making it sing, okay? And we won.
Put your glasses up, nerd. Not you,
Are you
Flip.
talking
I'm
to me?
sorry. No, as soon as you
that's
Flip got
rude.
back, I said that. I meant Rammer.
Put my glasses up.
Calling you a nerd for playing Apex.
Oh yeah, Flip
As soon
did
as
sit
I-
back down. He has his glasses on. My right AirPod, what are these called? Game Buds. My bad. That's what I use now for gaming. Because you can't use AirPods or anything because they're just a little bit off, right? So, anyways, my right one went dead earlier. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but my left one is still going. So if you see me scrambling, just keep talking. I've got the other one charging. I guess I
Well,
didn't
who's
charge
going to win the Super Bowl, boys?
Eagles.
I'm hoping to. Let's go, Jalen.
Yeah, Jalen and Saquon, AJ Brown.
Lane Johnson.
Yeah. They're
Who
gonna
you got,
win.
Flip? Nope.
We lost Flip.
He
No,
gone.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, we're boycotting the Super Bowl
How come?
because the Chiefs are in it again.
Oh,
You,
Dude,
you
I
have
know
a problem.
you guys are getting.
You have a
just as
problem
tired
with
as
Native
watching
Americans?
Mahomes as I am.
Flip hates Native Americans, is what I gathered from that.
Patrick Mahomes is not Native American, sir.
He's a
the
Chief,
Chiefs, sir.
though.
Oh, I'm not mad at the Chiefs. I'm just sick of Mahomes.
I am too, dude. But gosh, the guy wins. But yeah, I'm tired of the Chiefs. Wore out of it. It's like when the Patriots were winning all the time. Then Ben hopped on that bandwagon. I'm surprised he's not a Chiefs fan yet.
I'm a Buccaneers guy, man.
Baker, baby.
Yeah, Buccaneers.
You know.
So I'm gonna call. Let's do.
Rammer's favorite team is whoever his favorite player is playing on. Switches every year.
I can't say much. I'm the same way in the NFL. I'm the same way in the NFL. I've gone from the Browns to the Rams to the
Same with
You guys
baseball.
are, you guys
too.
are both the same.
yeah.
You guys just follow the OU players.
Well, there's a lot more OU players on the Chiefs than there are the Eagles.
Eagles.
I don't
I'm calling it
understand
right
that.
now, though.
I don't understand.
Oh,
Give me
it
y'all's
went
predictions.
dead.
I'm
Go
saying.
ahead,
I'm
sorry.
saying.
I hate college football.
Dude, it's the best thing in the world. But 27-24 Eagles. Write it down, Ben. What do you got? I'm 27-24. Come on, Rammer.
Sorry, I just got my sound back. What was the question?
I said I'm predicting 27-24 Eagles. What do you got?
45-35 Eagles.
Jeez.
Damn, that's a high scoring game.
Yeah.
I'll say 23-17.
Eagles?
I'll go Eagles.
We're all going Eagles?
Mm-hmm. So how are we gonna pick a winner? Since we all picked the Eagles, closest to the score.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Gotta be
What's
right.
the wager?
Uh,
We'll write down our predictions so you don't forget, Rammer.
Loser has to host another podcast with Rammer.
That's a good one.
I don't know. I don't really want to wager with Flip because he didn't even participate in our freaking fantasy football this year. I'm still
He
kind
was
of
there.
mad about that. No, he wasn't. He
So,
never-
auto draft.
I did like the first three. I told you before the season started, I don't got time for this. But you don't listen.
you don't got time to just set your team up every week. Takes 1 minute, if that. It's pretty simple.
No.
So what are we doing for the Super Bowl?
He said
I'll be
no.
at the Sycamore Springs Country Club playing the Chili Bowl golf tournament.
For the Super Bowl?
Yeah, then afterwards we'll watch the Super Bowl there.
Oh, okay. So is it a...
Since
Is that
Rammer
a-
didn't invite me to one of his McAllister swinging parties over there for the Super Bowl.
You don't swing, you said.
I know.
Or you haven't told me you did have. I mean, I know swingers don't really talk about swinging unless they know for sure you swing. I've
Okay,
given
so,
you some...
hints, some tips. Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't-
you're going to
don't
go
mind
swinging
me.
at the
I'm
golf
just,
course. Swinging
Door
the...
dashing dinner real quick.
What are you door dashing?
Mickey
Like
D's?
Arnold's.
McDonald's.
Dude, Flip is the most predictable cat I know.
It
It's
ain't even
DoorDash
me, man.
McDonald's.
It's the kids. It's the kids.
How much is that going to cost? I need to know.
Yeah, give us
I'll
a
let you
total
know
when you're
here in a
done.
minute. Give me 1 second.
Do you ever
Alright,
see
Flip.
the same door dasher, by the way?
No.
Really?
Yeah, it's all
You've-
random people.
You've never seen the same one?
Nope.
Figured they'd have an area they just worked.
I think they're like Uber or like Uber drivers, just whoever's nearest.
Yeah, but is there 9,500 of them? I mean, surely you would
I'm
see
pretty
the
sure.
same one.
I have not seen the same one.
Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy.
What percentage of McAllister you think uses DoorDash? I'm gonna say less than 8%.
Well, my neighbor told me the other day that her son called her, okay? Called her. He's Cason's friend, right down the street. Called her and said, can we go to McDonald's? It's at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m.? I think 2. And he had a friend over that has a license. He's like, we're hungry. Can I go to McDonald's? We'll come right back. She said, no, not going to McDonald's at 2 a.m. And so he called and DoorDashed McDonald's. And she said, and she didn't know it. So the next day she goes in his room and just opens his closet and there's McDonald's. There's like the trash in his closet, and she's like, she called him right then because she thought he rolled out. Like she thought he snuck out and went, or she was going to get to the bottom of it. And he was like, I swear. And he showed the receipt and all that, But I was asking about it. He came down to the house and I was like, dude, I said, you've been door dashing at 2 a.m. He was like, yeah. He said, I knew I was caught. He said, because the dude rolled up in a really loud old truck. He said he never killed it. He left it running. It was just like blah, 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 and he said, and the guy wouldn't even get out. I had to like go down and meet him in the street. Anyways, it was just a funny story.
Kids are
Dude,
resourceful.
I've never
Taco Bell
DoorDashed.
the other day at 3 a.m.
I DoorDashed in Florida and it was like $25 extra. And I was like, no Thank you. It was like
Can't do it.
$52 for dinner. I said no, not doing
I
it.
can't be part of it.
No, I'm not going to be part of it either.
All right. So for
What'd you order
For
first?
me-
Yeah, tell us what you
So-
ordered.
we got a 10-piece chicken nugget meal.
Okay.
We got a triple cheeseburger meal.
Oh, son.
2 6-piece chicken nugget Happy Meals. And then a 10-piece on the side
Hmm.
for a grand total with tip 7104.
Oh my God. I can't live that life, man.
Are you freaking kidding me right now, dude?
It's probably backwards, but 7104.
I see it.
No, it's not backwards.
You had
Oh,
your
it's
credit
not?
card
And
information.
it
up
should
there,
be
too.
backwards. It should be 4017.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. 70. You do this every day. But
Yes.
you'll pay $70 for freaking McDonald's, but you won't carry insurance on your brand new fucking Expedition
'Cause
for
I'm not
300
driving
something
there.
dollars.
'Cause
a
I'm
month?
not driving there.
He's not
And
driving
you-
there. He's got a point.
I'm not driving there. And if I do drive there, I'm taking my work van. That's fully insured.
There's no way you're not driving that ride. You're driving that ride with no insurance. Let's just be honest.
Driving
Sometimes.
around with no insurance. Sometimes. If I have to.
See,
You don't have to. Just get
You would-
insurance on it and save
That's another-
yourself a freaking massive freaking heartache, dude. Massive
No,
heartache.
but so look, if I did the same exact order but picked it up, let me see what that would be. Shit.
40, it's probably $38.
I guarantee you it'll be half. It always is.
What the hell is wrong?
So like the 10-piece, if we have it delivered, it's $14.79. But if we go and pick it up, it's like $10.
See, this is what's weird about human beings and our like behaviors is I don't think me and Rammer and most of the people we know around here could ever make it in Seattle because we were like, we're hopping in the pickup truck and we're gonna go get our food.
Absolutely. There's no
Yeah.
way in hell.
And Flip, you can't
I'm
tell me
paying
it's hard to
$71.
get there because you never drove a McAllister. It ain't easy to get to nowhere around here.
Nowhere. And I live right in the middle of it. And it sucks.
So that
No
honestly,
matter
so-
where I go, it sucks.
So that's why, honestly, like I'm afraid to move somewhere because I look at it money wise, like, oh, I'm making this much money, which I guarantee, like it all adds up no matter where I go. It's just the cost of living is different. But when I get like $4,000 deposited in my bank account every week or every 2 weeks,
Mhm.
like I can't leave that.
Yeah, you can.
Like I said,
You can come here and make the
cost of
same
living would
amount
Be different.
and you pay way less.
No, because that's not true. Because so like I make about 120K a year here.
Okay.
So if
Come
I
here and make
moved-
that.
If I move to like California, I can probably, or not even California. So
We're not
say,
talking
like-
about California here, Flip. We're talking about Oklahoma.
Okay, so say I went to California, like I guarantee you, I'm not gonna pay the same amount. It may be whatever is. It'll be the same because of the cost of living of your guys is so much cheaper. But I'm looking at like, oh, I'm getting 4,000
Hmm.
compared to whatever I would get paid there.
You would
Knowing
get
that-
paid that here if you come here and start your own business and you're good at it. You will make at least that or more.
I doubt it. I mean, you guys seen what we charge. People really gonna pay those prices? I bet you Trent's phone died.
Where did Trent go?
His phone died.
Freaking iPhones, man. Ruining my life. Ruining the podcast. Look at this. It's our first podcast in a long time.
See, so like when
And look
When
what
you-
happens.
you paid service for your stuff, what did you pay
I paid service for my what?
for your AC?
My air conditioning?
Yeah. Yep.
My brand new unit. It was a 4-ton.
Did you get a brand new one?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got a brand new 4-ton unit.
So, well, the one
inside
that,
and out.
So the one
Both.
that you had where you had to keep changing the capacitor and the fan was going out, all those times you had that service, what was that? Those bills, what did that cost you?
I mean, the capacitor I changed myself. The only thing I paid for on that unit was to get it filled up with Freon, because it had a slow leak. So every year I would have to have it refilled or have it, and of course they said they were putting, some stop leak or whatever in it, and it kept well.
They just killed your system right there. I guarantee it.
Yes, because the following year is when, in the middle of the night, it was froze up, and usually it wouldn't freeze up in the middle of the night. Usually it was like during the day when it was like running a lot, and trying to keep up, and it's low on Freon, so it freeze up, and I could put my hand up there and notice that there was barely any air coming out, and I'm like, oh, okay, so got to call and get it. Well, the next year after he putting the stop leak in it, in the middle of the night, it froze up. And that wasn't like that. I mean, that was not normal. And I was like, oh God, why did it freeze up in the middle of the night? And so, because it would stop and unfreeze or whatever, So, this, I'm sure. That's the way mine did it. It never would freeze up in the nighttime. So I knew, like, during the nighttime I was going to be good, but the daytime, if it started to freeze up, I need to get somebody out there to fix it. And it would run all night long. So I wake up in the middle of the night. Long story, longer. Wake up in the middle of the night and something's wrong. I start working on it. I start taking it apart and stuff, trying to figure out, and I put the new capacitor on it. Then the guy came, filled it up with Freon, filled it up. And I told him, I was like, man, this ain't normal. And it was making a weird noise in the wall, right? It's making a weird noise where that line was. And I told him that. Shows up, fills it up, and it literally sucked it right out because there was a massive hole in the line. And I said, he goes, man, you got a hole in that line. We're gonna have to replace the whole line. And I said, and I guess I'm gonna have to pay for that Freon you just put in there. And he was like, yeah. And I think that was $400 at the time. Like the Freon that he put in was like $400 or $800. I don't remember, but he ran a new line and I went, I made it a few more years like that. And then all of a sudden the old compressor, clank, 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 sounded like a semi next to my house out there, just sitting there idling. It was extremely loud. So eventually I put a whole new unit and everything in.
Straight coming back. He's 9 people watching. Oh, we got 9 people watching us.
Dang, on where? I don't see that.
YouTube. There's 2 people watching on YouTube.
Dang. Okay.
And then I still don't see it popping up on Facebook.
I don't either.
Well, I think that's a good
place to stop.
Segue to since Trent's.
Yeah, I
of
guess
all
so.
people to have technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Charge your goddamn phone, Trent.
Cheese and rice, man. Cheese and rice. So you recently went to Disneyland in California. Also, we talked about a little bit of that. Of you going to your uncle's house, I guess, during the fire, but you also went to Disneyland. How was that?
Actually, it was good. It was good. It was the 2 little ones. It was their first time there. I think we picked a good time to go because, man, it wasn't. I think it got up to 70 degrees, which wasn't too hot, and I think it was too cold for the California natives because there was barely anybody there, which worked out in
Wow.
our favor. Yeah. So I think the longest line we stayed in was probably about 25 minutes.
No way.
Yeah, and then so me and Jazz spent the full 10 hours there going on all the rides, and then the wife and then the two littles, they went back to the hotel, take their little nappies, and go swim in the pool.
They weren't making y'all wear a mask in California?
Nope.
Wow.
Does anybody still wear masks? I haven't seen a mask in a long time.
I figured they did in California.
Not that I know of.
Well, that's awesome. Anything
So
else?
he can see it on the Facebook page, but I don't see anything on there. Probably because I'm in the group. I don't think I'm even.
I posted it in the group, and I posted it on the Facebook page itself.
I don't even think I have the.
Did his phone go dead or something?
It must have. I don't drink coffee.
Yep, his phone died.
Oh, yeah, it is on the page. Okay, it's just not in the group.
I'm looking at myself on the screenshots that he sent, and I definitely look like I have a headache, and I do. I was hoping I didn't. I was hoping I could, I was hoping that I could play it off, but it's kind of obvious. Anyways, anything else?
No, not until we. I think next time we need to get a little more organized.
Yeah,
but
for
not
sure.
bad for the first one in what, 8 months. Is it safe to say Ben Klein is back?
It's Ben Klein is back. The I Don't Drink Coffee podcast is back. The vacation's over. Vacation's over.
We'll be back in 6 months.
No, we're going to be back soon, very soon. We were supposed to talk about some Bitcoin, but I can't really talk to you about Bitcoin because you know nothing about it. And to be honest with you, I don't either. But I read about it every day almost. I'm always reading about that kind of thing, and but I don't know if anyone can really tell you about it. You know what I mean? I mean, it's the future. That's what they're hoping. A lot of people. And I think it is. But like I said, I stay in the shallow end, man. So I can't really.
I don't know. I think it's just weird to me that people just out of thin air just make their own currency.
That's kind of why I was like, I could tell you about it, but I can't because that's telling people about that kind of thing right there, saying that they're like, no, I don't think so.
So you're telling me I can make my own money, and as long as everybody else agrees it's real money, it'll have value.
I think so, man.
That's weird. Very weird.
It is very strange. It is. Bitcoin is digital gold, money without banks. There you go.
So then where is it?
Digital gold. Well, it's on the blockchain, right?
I have no idea how this works.
Yeah, I know. I don't think we want to get into it right now, but
we'll have to wait for Trent on this one.
Right. Without thinking about it a little bit more, a better way to explain it, I guess, you go to YouTube and watch. But like I said, man, I watch a lot of stuff on it. Not just that, other things as well. And it's like you said, but it's a blockchain that basically, I guess where you can go directly to the transaction. Like it is like when you buy a house and you have to pay for the title, right? You have to pay for them to do some digging, and they have to make sure that you don't have a lien here, you don't have a lien there, and it's on the right tract of land, and it's this and that and this and that, and yet you end up having to pay $3,000-$4,000 or however much it costs to, do the title on a house. That's gone with this, in theory, and that's the best way to describe it. That's gone. You don't have to do that anymore because guess what? It's on that blockchain. I'm not real good at explaining things, but that right there is an example that sticks out in my mind about Bitcoin or the blockchain, crypto.
Well, all that you just told me,
it's forever etched,
right
basically.
there.
Yeah, right
Everything
out.
you just said up there, like I have
Well,
no
there's
idea. Right over my head.
when I had to pay for the title to my house, and I forget, it was a lot. It was a lot more than what I wanted to pay. I forget how much it was. I don't think it was $3,000 or $4,000. I think total that was like the extra, with fees and all that. I'm like, I think the title was probably $1,000. Anyways, I was like, why is this so expensive? What are we flying a helicopter of scientists out? Are they like jumping out of the helicopter and they're going and they're digging deep in, to the house? And no, they're not. They're absolutely not. You know what I mean? So, but they're going to charge you like they did. They're going to charge you. They're looking up little, that with the blockchain, that's gone. You don't have to dig no more. You can go right to it. You want to sell your house for whatever, or you want to sell this for whatever, it's going to be right there on the blockchain.
So it's not even like a real currency. There's no like dollar bill of Bitcoin.
Absolutely not.
It's something physical. See,
it's not though.
Weird.
But think about it, Flip. Think about it. What you just did, paying for your McDonald's, you didn't have no money. You didn't have it, right? It's in your bank. It's the same concept or the same type of concept. Like you hit a button to pay for that McDonald's, and guess what? It's on its way right now, isn't it? Same thing. Pretty much the same thing.
Not really. I mean, because
because if Target or Walmart takes Bitcoin and you're able to, let's say, get paid in Bitcoin, right? Or it's the same thing as it's digital gold, right? So it's digital money, basically. So it's the same thing. Your boss is going to pay you $100 for whatever, you went and, whatever, $500 or whatever. So your boss pays you that in Bitcoin, and then Target takes Bitcoin. Well, you can go online and hit that Bitcoin button and buy, the $50 or 50, whatever, that percentage of Bitcoin. I've done it. I've done it. I've paid for things with Bitcoin.
If I can't pull it out, if I can't pull that money out and put it in my pocket, it's not real to me.
But you're not going to. You're never going to, right? Like, do you pull the money out?
I don't understand it. So
do you get it though?
In order for it to be real money, I've got to be able to pull it out and put it in my pocket.
So if you're going to go pay for, let's say you're going to go pick those lights up for Trent, and he needs you to, the guy wants, payment there for whatever reason. You can show up. He's going to have a crypto wallet or some type of wallet that'll accept Bitcoin, and you hit that send button, and he's going to have that immediately. It's not unlike how we do things already. It's already shifted into that. We've already shifted into that, dude. Big time. Big time. Like I said, you just paid for your food. Online banking with money you've never seen. It's there. Money you've never seen. Same concept.
I know where it comes from. It's not made up. It's in a national reserve somewhere coming into my account. Like I said, crypto.
Yeah.
Someone just needs to dumb it down, explain it to me, because I have no fucking clue.
I just did.
Well, it's not real.
There's not an infinite amount of it. It's being mined on computers. There's not an infinite amount.
See,
But
that's
it's
what I don't understand. Who's controlling it?
well, I mean, the blockchain. I'm guessing. I mean,
Who the
now,
fuck is the blockchain?
it's a contract that you can see, right?
I have no clue.
Yeah, it's hard. Like I said, this is about as far as I can go with explaining it because I'm right there with you.
Meanwhile,
right there with you.
Trent's just text messaging us and not rejoining the chat.
Right. Yeah. He's upset right now. I guarantee it because we're talking about Bitcoin without him. You know, talking about Bitcoin without him.
Let's
All right. Yep.
let's skedaddle.
All right. Thanks for joining us on this. Joining me and because Trent's gone now. But thanks for being here. This was awesome.
Yeah, and
I haven't done this in a long time. I'm a little rusty.
Everybody that watches this, if you hate me, I will be back.
I don't know why you would think people would hate you.
I'm not for everybody, man. I'm not for everybody.
I don't see who you're not for. If you're not for me, then you're. I mean, we've been friends for a long time. If you can say, I can be friends with anybody though. I love everybody.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it. All right.
Holla.
Until next time.
Till next time. Soon.
Well, figure it out.
It's figured out.
All right. Well, let's do it.
All right. Send me what you want to talk about.
Get Trent back in here. Let's just do it right now.
Yeah. Where you at, Trent? Get on.
All right. Well, I'm out of here.
Holla.
Later.